Hello, Game Gravy peoples. This is episode 89, and it has been a hot minute.
Very hot, as in hot garbage.
Yes, and COVID garbage. So, it's been busy. This is Michael, obviously. And,
No.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. No, yeah, and this is Eddie, I guess.
Yeah. Right.
And yeah, well, I've had a lot of adventures happening from being laid off in Michigan to moving to the boonies of Alaska to moving back to Seattle, and being in the fray of all over the place. It's, just the madness of it. So, I apologize for being away, but we have not been forgetting about the site and anything like that. We'll be kicking stuff back off, but yeah, we're getting back to it. Yeah. And this is going to be a quick one. We're going to make them shorter now. That way they're more digestible and fun. We've been playing a hell of a lot of the games. Eddie's been busy with work and, stuff. So
Sure, free time notwithstanding, I, have a little less time. But,
yeah. So yeah, this episode's going to be about Destiny 2 and, the new Beyond Light DLC that's coming out soon. Let's say November 10th or it's coming.
So since our last discussion about Destiny, our roles have actually flip-flopped.
Yes, they have.
Because the last time we talked about this, you had kind of lapsed and you weren't really playing the game.
Yeah, I lapsed on that.
Now we're at a point where you've picked it up again, and then I needed 100 gigs on my fucking hard drive.
I expanded our guild, our clan. So I've kind of expanded out with also Alex and Jack's help. Thank you very much. You guys have kicked butt and helped us expand. Now we got a group of really good players still. And Beyond Light's coming out November 10th, and they're going to discontinue a lot of things.
Yeah, I heard they were locking. I put it down probably a month ago. Mm-hmm. I'm all the other stuff I'm playing, all the stuff I got on the PlayStation Summer Sale. I just needed the room. I'm just and I don't play anymore. I love Destiny's gunplay. It's so much fun. I spent years playing it.
Oh yeah.
And I just
we both have
just a break. I just wanted a break, but it's not that I don't like what they're doing. I'm not a fan of the tucking away of content, taking away Titan or anything else they're removing from the game. However, for size restrictions, they have to deliver new content every season. They have to put something in the game, and they are. And that's why it's ridiculous to me. It's the 100 gigs that I have to spare for it.
Yeah, no, it's a huge game. I mean, we're losing Io, Titan, Mars, Mercury, and the Leviathan.
Nobody cares about losing Mercury, Mike.
No, I know. Nobody. But it's going to go in... We're not losing it, per se. It's going in the Destiny Vault. Disney.
Like the Disney Vault. They're gating content. Which, whatever. It's fun.
So you have to get a lot of things done in those worlds that you want. You want Whisper? Guess what? You gotta farm for that.
Yeah, but they'll, they've reintroduced catalysts you can only get at certain times for exotic weapons. It's they'll probably there'll be another way to get Whisper probably.
But if you want the achievement for Leviathan on Prestige or any of those other things, of the 5 raids within the Leviathan, Yeah,
but you're assuming that this content will never become unlocked again.
No,
They're creating a content model where they can keep the file size of the game nominal or at least not ridiculous, like Call of Duty. Mm-hmm. Modern Warfare is insane.
But when shall it be released again? We don't know.
You don't know, but I feel like it'll be on a healthy rotation. Mm-hmm. They'll come up because now that they, instead of just waiting a year for the next big expansion instead of the bi-yearly small ones or whatever they do. Mm-hmm. They've broken Destiny up into seasons. You'll see stuff come back if they have a couple of story missions or on Titan. They'll unlock Titan for a season.
Well, yeah, it's also going to affect PvP and stuff and other things as well.
How's it going to affect PvP? I mean, I feel like I don't feel like they'll be removing
stuff.
I don't feel like they'll be removing Titan multiplayer maps.
I don't know.
I feel like the multiplayer maps would still be available.
They're saying
they just wouldn't have the PvE component for that planet.
They'll still have dungeons available, but the dungeons are going to be just Shattered Throne in the Dreaming City, the Abyss of Heresy, which is cool, on the moon, which is the the newer
Shadowkeep.
Shadowkeep, DLC. and then the Prophecy. The raids, they're going to have Last Wish, Dreaming City, Garden of Redemption, the Black Garden. So, there's going to be different things that are happening, but it's not going to be as bountiful as it is currently right now.
Yeah, but, tell me this. Like, how often do you decide you want to go to IO unless there's a flashpoint?
I don't really go to IO unless there's a flashpoint or an event. Right now with, what do they call it?
I like IO's color scheme. It's pretty to look at.
Yeah.
But I just I don't go there unless is there or
the
flashpoint.
Triumph 2020 is happening right now. You can get the armor, unlock all the glows and stuff, and they have that contact event, and it goes between IO and Titan, and that's been bringing me back to both of those places.
You know what I finally heard? This is something I wanted last year in what do you call it? This the Solstice thing.
Yeah. This is the first time I'm doing Solstice, by the way, fully doing it.
Well, yeah, because this is the first year I heard or I read or whatever, but I read that now your progress counts towards your other characters.
Yep.
So that's all I want.
You can log in.
Last year, I tried to go all in, and it was too much. It was
yeah,
too much
I logged in, collected that armor up, and plus I have the season pass. So I'm just
that's good.
Yeah, and I'm doing the raids still with the group, so swapping characters, doing the achievements and the triumphs and stuff. So that's always good.
Yeah.
So let's talk about Beyond Light, right? So it's a new, it's a new DLC.
Did you finish Shadowkeep? The deal or the actual campaign?
The campaign. Oh, okay. 100%. And I do the nightmare hunts, and Dave took me through what was it? The frickin' Pits of Heresy.
Okay.
And that was fun. That was really cool. I actually got the frickin' exotic gun quest done in Pit of Heresy as well too. It's the machine gun.
What's that?
It's the Xenophage.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
That one was freaking sweet. But the whole premise of Beyond Light is entering into the darkness.
Yeah, it's been something they've been setting up for a little while.
Yeah, with the
Where's that thing?
Our Gambit bro.
I forget the
Drifter.
Yeah. Gambit bro.
He is a Gambit
Transmit
bro.
firing.
Yeah, bro. Yeah.
But no, there's a landing zone in the EDZ. Since I've been out of the game for a minute, I don't remember which one, but there's a glowing purple bluish crystal thing that you look at, and it looks like a shard. And so there's flavored text around it about
there's
the
lots
darkness
of lore.
and being able to harness it, and so this is something that Bungie's wanted to do for a while, and now they're free of Activision, and they've changed the model or whatever. They can start moving towards what they want.
Well, and the cool thing is they're unleashing a lot more lore because they want the story. People have been complaining for a long time that the story and the lore is kind of disconnected. Some areas it's not, some areas it is.
Yeah.
And they're really expanding on that. I've been super happy about that because leading up in Shadowkeep and even beyond, getting all the lore from Eris Morn is so fun, and seeing how this was building up even from the Drifters, area, bringing the Nine into it, I can't wait. I still haven't personally, I know people are probably rolling their eyes, but I haven't done the dungeon yet, and I should. I'm almost 1060 now, so that's gonna be fun. It's really hard if you're not geared up properly, but yeah, seeing the emissary and seeing the Nine and being interacting with them is very cool, and you can see where that ship comes from, the Drifters attached to. They tell you the lore all about that in the story.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's kind of you got to do that now while you can, because afterwards they're gonna actually try to keep all that stuff, but right now the DLCs and all the content is kind of disconnected.
What do you think of them phasing out weapons? Sorry, this has been on the back of my mind for a minute.
I mean, I don't like that, but I like it. If you have it, you get to keep it, or if it's phased out, you lose it out of your vault.
That's what I'm asking you, because I read a Forbes article.
I think you get to still keep it, but if they remove the balance of it, they're going to remove it from the vault, and you'll probably get Bright Dust or some crap like that, I think. Because that would unbalance the game if they're not, you know what I mean? If they remove it from letting people being able to get certain items, and then people are just dominating with it in PvP, it would piss a lot of people off. I think people would melt down even more than they are currently right now. Especially in trials and stuff.
Well, yeah, because exotics will always be around, but if they start phasing out legendaries, what kind of legendaries are they talking about? Are they talking about? And see, like, forgive us, because, like, I'm not keeping up on it. I'm sure this is readily available if we had, done reading on Reddit or something. But, like, stuff like Not Forgotten, like pinnacle weapons.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to phase a lot of those out, though. I don't know.
It might be, like, your one stuff.
I'm fine with that, because there's so many other great weapons that are available from all classes. Like, I'm not too worried about that. I'm excited, though.
Yeah, well, I mean, clearly, like, most of my favorite weapons are my exotics, and I can easily customize a loadout around that of, like, new guns. If I start grinding again, I'm sure I'll get plenty that I like.
One thing that's a big deal is they're going to be able to... So currently right now when the season ends, you can't go back to that content. And I'm still doing some of the older stuff like the Menagerie and like Black Armory stuff like for fun and playing the new content as well.
Yeah.
So they said that with some of the newer updates they're going to be bringing to Destiny that you can actually go back and play old season content for new players coming into it.
Oh.
So you can actually go through the old stuff to the new stuff. It's not instituted yet, but it will be, so that people can experience things without being distracted and, like, experience old content. That way the story feels cohesive.
Okay.
Because right now, if you jump in, it feels all discombobulated because you're just like, what is...
I know nothing of this Oryx.
Yeah, exactly.
Of who do you speak?
Yeah, so, like, they're gonna totally, like, mesh that together, which is great. But let's go back to the DLC stuff, right?
Okay, sure.
So, like, they have a new subclass that they're bringing in.
Stasis,
right? And this is like Beyond Light's new subclass is Stasis. So, and that's a darkness subclass.
Darkness / ice.
Yeah, ice. Like when you think of darkness,
it's cold. It's chilly. Yeah.
So the 3 different subclasses are for the Warlock. You have Shadebinder, which is kind of cool. Looks like you have kind of like a staff.
An icy spear.
The icy spear staff thing. You just kind of like throw projectiles and stuff like that. It's pretty cool. I'm a Warlock personally. That's my main. I play all of the classes, but I main Warlock. So, and I like to throw the grapes, which is Nova Bombs.
Yeah.
I stole that from you, but...
Ultra Grapes.
Ultra Grapes.
Ultra Grapes. Ultra Grape Go. But, no, like, I would switch my main between, like, Warlock. Well, it's always, like, I started D1 on a Warlock, but, like, I fell in love with a Hunter all of a sudden after I find him to be, like, the most useless class. But, like, but then for something about the Hunter class, like, really drew me in. The extra mobility, I don't know what it was, but, like, it was, I felt fast. No, they're all fun. But I never really mess around with Titan, which is a shame.
The magic, I was playing in Alpha, right? And I was playing at E3 with the developers. And when we got to go in there, one of the guys looked at me and he goes, "You want to be a Warlock, bro?" And I was like, whoa, because they had Crucible set up only at that point to play.
Yeah.
And I was like, really? He's like, yeah, just do it and be Void. I'm like, okay, cool. And I fell in love with that character, and that kind of made an impression on me. Okay. But I like playing other subclasses, but that's why I kind of made that.
So when you threw your first like Mega Grape, you're like,
I was like hooked. But the Hunter and Titan is good.
It was the same thing for me when I watched their E3 demonstration.
Yeah.
And they had in the Cosmodrome, they had a Warlock, fucking just Nova Bomb, a Fallen Tank. Mm-hmm. I was like, yeah.
You're like, yes, please.
That's what I want to do. I want to throw that.
Yeah, for sure.
But anyway, so this Stasis class, they showed off like everybody's new subclass, Warlock Shadebinder, like we already talked about.
Yeah.
It has like the ice spear, like everything's really quickly cut. So, but I mean, like the super looks rad. Everything looks rad.
The Hunter one is called Revenant, and that one's interesting as well. Like you shoot. I think you shoot ice out of your gun, from the looks of it, or you throw like a boomerang. Or no, that was the Titan one?
No, was that I thought it like utilized a bow again.
Oh yeah, maybe.
I thought I saw a draw.
Yeah, I have to go back and go through that. That's what it looks like, at least.
Yeah, we did like a cold reaction to this. We watched the trailer for the first time, and we watched it once. Yeah. And so like we're
pre-order time.
Yeah.
But the Titan subclass is called Behemoth, and that one's cool. Like where you generate a huge ice.
Lots of
ice
smashing.
field.
Lots of smashing.
Yes.
It's like the Arc subclass.
Oh yeah.
Like Striker.
That one looks like you throw like a big explosion of ice and then ran through and bashed them. And
lots of smashing, monster shit.
Yeah.
It looks cool.
It looks cool. I mean, this new Beyond Light even has new enemy classes. It looks like. Remember, like the Fallen stuff that we saw.
For a split second, there's a group of dregs, and behind them is some kind of mech, controllable mech that they use, and you're gonna have to take it down. Maybe it has weak points. I don't know. Like it would definitely add an element of
And
challenge.
we're not talking Walker mech. We're talking like mech, like with rocket launchers on it and crazy looking like bipedal.
Yeah, it had some really cool. Like it was firing rockets like into the sky, to come down or whatever. It's and if that's like a more advanced type of enemy, and it has a weak spot you have to disable before it. Like adding that kind of challenge to it. Why don't they take like Randall the Vandal out of like the EDZ and throw one of those motherfuckers over there?
Yeah,
that'd be a great time.
Hell yeah, that'd be fun.
Time.
That'd be funny if they put Randall on top.
Randall's piloting it.
That would be fun. He's just poking his head out of the top.
Yeah.
That would be very fun. I would love that.
I swear to God, if it's Randall the Vandal's mech, man, I'm gonna have a great time.
I actually queued up some audio from Beyond Light, and it is actually starting off with the rocket shots from that mech. Yeah, like so. I'm gonna play that for everyone because the music is actually gonna be really good. They're doing a good job with this stuff.
Well, don't get me started on the music, but that's because I also talking about Marty O'Donnell and all that crap.
Okay, well let's cue this up so people can hear it. I'm sure they've seen it, but if not, here you go. Here's the mech start off where the blasts are happening.
That thing looks rad.
Yeah. So it's got this like dubstep feel.
I mean, it's a little dubsteppy, but it fits. It's nice.
Here you go. There you go. Shatter. Yeah, it almost looks like intense.
Dude, whatever that was, it's like no bomb cherry.
Here you go. You're using a bow, and then you're throwing like a knife shot as a hunter.
Is it like that?
Yeah. So that was sick. So he kind of threw a blade or a hatchet or something.
So it looked like a kukri. Like one of those Australian kukris with the
curved
blade,
like
curved
boomerang
inward.
Kind of?
Yeah, but it looked like
yeah. So he kind of threw it
as
and it was like covered with ice. So that's pretty sick. I'm looking forward to that.
I like that.
Yeah. So I don't know. I'm about this. And if you pre-order it, you get a cool emote, like a frozen emote, where you're like kind of like walking forward and you just like icicles just form on you.
Man, look, I just had to delete it because I needed room for Fallen Order and a whole bunch of crap I bought for the summer sale. Now I gotta go back.
You need to re-get Destiny and join us online.
Yeah, but it's been like dude. Like as soon as I finish like Shadowkeep and spend about 2 weeks just kind of fucking around and.
I'm gonna currently choke Eddie on the podcast.
Go for it, brother.
No,
see how this ends for you.
But no, he needs to definitely join back in. I mean, we got groups running, man. We can run you through some of the new raids. Did you do Last Wish with me?
Yeah. I've done Last Wish.
Like George and everyone, I think, right?
I just didn't make a lot of time for like some of the later raids.
Shout out to the homies.
I just I loved Wrath of the Machine, and I feel like Last Wish was nothing compared to like Wrath of the Machine.
Oh yeah, Wrath was my favorite in D1. Now this is the preface, that's D1 if people. I mean, I'm sure they know, but yeah, I'm running through as many of the raids as I possibly can in Leviathan, just to get it out of my system.
Yeah,
especially since it's November 10th of November. Remember.
Yeah. And by the time I get back in, if I start like Scourge of the Past is probably already gonna be locked up.
No, well, not if you get back in before November. If you get in before November 10th, we'll run Scourge, man. Like, re-download Destiny. We'll play it. I have peoples that are like 1070. Like they're high. They're high. Yes. But yeah. So in an effort to get digestible content, I think that's where we can end it, bro. Right?
Yeah.
I mean, play Destiny or the Immortal Raiders. We do our thing. Come join us if you want. We're out there. What were you gonna say?
I don't know. Like Destiny. For me, I've played it to death this past 5 years.
Well, I took a break too. I'm back with a vengeance.
Yeah, no, we all need that. But what's funny is that I follow the news about it. Like when I see clickbait shit come up on my Google feed and all that stuff, I'm like, oh, they're gating this content, or they're doing this, or doing that, or doing,
People are always pissy about something.
Yeah, so like I still kind of follow, so I kind of like knew going into this trailer they were going to be showcasing like the subclasses, so I still like keep up. I just don't, I just don't devote the time because I have so many games on my backlog that I have to play that like sometimes Destiny's got to take a back seat.
We all do.
But like they show a trailer like this, you're like,
I'm
gonna fuck around with this some more.
Right, and I mean, honestly, what pulled me in is the triumphs, the Solstice stuff, the 2020 stuff, because I love getting real world content achievements from the game. It's fun. Like you can get the challenge coins from Shadowkeep and T-shirts and stuff. Like it's fun. You can get people to run with you and do stuff and like unlock those, and it's kind of a fun achievement. I like how they bring it to the real world.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's all I have to say for right now. Get Beyond Light. You already have Shadowkeep. You're good.
Go beyond, pleb.
Go beyond. All right, and thanks for listening to us. Like I said, we're cutting this short because, that's going to be our new thing now. But if you have something you want to hear or talk about or, debate about, hit us up in the comments below. Yeah.
All right.
All right.
Good night,
Thanks,
everybody.
everyone. Good night.